Thank you for coming to my panel. My name is Joseph Boria, aka Joe G. Bear. I'm from Redondo Beach, California, in the Los Angeles area. And I want to thank you for coming to my second In and Out panel. I did one here at BLFC in 2019. I think I had 45 people at that panel. I wonder how we're going to do here tonight. So thank you for coming. And as I say, I usually do gray muzzle panels at conventions. This is a different convention to me. I consider this convention more of a party con. So instead of doing a gray muzzle panel, I do something a little more different, a little funky, a little unique. And many folks here who attend BLFC are from California and from the Western states. So a lot of you are familiar with In-N-Out Burger. So I said, look, hey, let's do a panel about In-N-Out Burger. How much you love In-N-Out Burger. Or maybe even a particular place that you would like to let me know about. I want to make this like a two-way interaction. I'd like to hear what you like, maybe beside In-N-Out Burger. So at the end of the panel, before I give out gift cards, I'd like to kind of hear from you. What burger place in your local community would you like me to know about? I am taking notes, or my friends will be taking notes. So please, and I'd love to hear from all of you. Anyway, I'm a big foodie nut. I love burgers, really more than anything else. And In-N-Out is my favorite. I had my first In-N-Out burger in 1988 when I was 21. I was in college. I went to the Baldwin Park location. That's the hometown of In-N-Out Burger. They built a replica restaurant. The original restaurant was torn down to make way for the I-10 freeway. So they built a replica restaurant on Francisquito in Baldwin Park, if you're familiar with that. And that was there, I think, until about 1999. They tore that down and built a larger indoor themed location. They also built a new company headquarters and distribution center in Baldwin Park. So if you ever stop on the I-10 at Francisquito, you will see In-N-Out headquarters there. Huge. It's a huge facility. And of course, they have a replica of the old restaurant as a museum. So that is in Baldwin Park. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and ask a couple questions. How many of you are from Northern California? Raise your hand. Okay. How many of you are from Washington? Oregon? Okay. Nevada? Okay. Texas? Colorado? Okay. How about Southern California? Okay. Okay, fantastic. So as I say, In-N-Out Burger is in 7 states. And as I say, they have a total of now 344 restaurants with more being built. They are doing a slow growth initiative. That is kind of the focus of In-N-Out for the last few years. They went rapid in the 90s, but since 2015, they've been focusing on opening restaurants in other states, like, for example, Texas and Colorado. They opened the Colorado restaurants in 2019, 2020, and they are now building restaurants in Utah. They're actually getting more restaurants into, like, Logan, Utah, and I think they're also building restaurants in Texas. So you're seeing them growing in the existing states that they're in. Anyway, we're going to talk about the history of In-N-Out Burger. Also, I'm going to show a little video. Thank you. A little video after this, because this came from my 2019 panel. I was not able to update, so I decided to go ahead and play a video. This is about 6 months old. This came from KFI Radio in Los Angeles. KFI 640, if you listen to it, the talk radio station. They do a thing called Ask the CEOs. So I will be playing that after we go through the sheet. So we'll talk about the history of In-N-Out Burger. And we'll go down the line. And also I want to hear maybe some of your stories. What do you like to eat in In-N-Out? Your burger or a menu item you like? So we'll talk about that. So we'll go ahead and get started. Or if you have any questions before I do start. No? Okay. So we're going to get started. By the way, I am a fan of In-N-Out Burger. I'm not affiliated with In-N-Out Burger, just letting you know. I actually work for AT&T. So I've been with the company now 23 years. I work in corporate. So anyway, so in 1948, that was the year that Harry and Esther Snyder opened the first In-N-Out Burger in Baldwin Park, California. The original restaurant no longer exists, as I said a moment ago. Now, you probably have driven past it, because if you're on the I-10 going west, you're probably going right over the spot where In-N-Out used to stand. Okay? Now, as I say, in 2014, a replica of the first In-N-Out Burger was set up 2 blocks away from the original location on Francisquito, so you can visit. Now, since 1948, In-N-Out Burger has been a privately owned company controlled by the Snyder family, headquartered now in Irvine, California. The CEO, since 2010, is the president, Lindsey Snyder. She's now 39 years old. She's one of the youngest CEOs in the U.S. She was on the cover of Forbes magazine last year. She was also on the cover of Orange County magazine and on the cover of OC Entrepreneur magazine. So she is one of the most powerful women and well known in Orange County business circles. Okay, so she was on the, as I said, the Orange County Business Journal's top OC 500, and then also top 50 for corporate executives based in Orange County. So, as I said, each restaurant is company owned. They will not ever franchise. I think the one nice thing about In-N-Out, they are very protective of all trademarks, protective of everything they do. They make their own signs. They have their own contractors building their restaurants. There is one restaurant being built in Huntington Beach right now, and it's, I can't believe how quick they're building these restaurants. They have it down to the T, really. It's amazing. So, though times have changed since 1948, their mission has not changed. And I think that's the secret of In-N-Out Burger, to provide fresh, ready-to-make burgers, fries and shapes, the highest quality ingredients. As I said, all the signage and lighting for the restaurant are made in-house. And as I say, all trademarks are highly protected. There was a restaurant chain in Utah kind of mimicking In-N-Out's red and white, building, flooring, cups, burgers, wrappings, everything. Burger wrappers, everything. And they were sued by In-N-Out Burger, and they were forced to change. And then In-N-Out went into Utah. And now they have like 16 restaurants in the Beehive State. Okay. Okay, now, as I say, in 1954, the first current In-N-Out logo was updated. In 1958, the bottled soft drinks that they were serving was changed to fountain soft drinks. So they were one of the first to do that alongside McDonald's. In 1961, the first animal-style burger was prepared. 1963, the first double-double burger was made. So almost 60 years now. 1971, the paper lap mats that we're familiar with was updated for all customer service contacts. Now, in 1972, you see the crossed palm trees when you enter an In-N-Out Burger or drive-thru. And it's an X. 2 palm trees make an X, right? And there's a reason behind that. It is a reference from Harry Snyder. His favorite movie was It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. Anyone familiar with that movie? It's from 1963. Jimmy Durante, Jonathan Winters, Ethel Merman. This is one of my favorite movies, and it was one of Harry Snyder's favorite movies. On a winding desert highway, 8 vacation-bound travelers encountered a car crash, and the occupant, which is Jimmy Durante, who was dying, spelling the beans of a massive fortune in a suitcase under the big W. The big W. So, and hence the fortune hunt began and the traces began. Just to say, if you haven't seen the movie, I recommend the Blu-ray. It's incredible. Okay. Also, please watch the movie, especially for those under 25, okay? Also, we could also call it the big X means X marks the spot for a great burger, okay? So that is a reference to the cross palm tree. In 1973, In-N-Out celebrated 25 years. They had only 18 restaurants. And at that, in 1973, they introduced the red aprons, which are big to this day. Now, in 1973, on that size, okay, milkshakes were introduced in 1973. In 1976, the co-founder, Harry Snyder, passed away. Son Rich Snyder took over reins of the company, and that's when the expansion really took place for In-N-Out Burger. Along the lines of when Ray Kroc bought McDonald's from the McDonald's brothers and expanded McDonald's, the son within the family didn't sell the company, decided to, under Richard's leadership, to expand the company aggressively, but within reason. Between the period of 1976 to 1993, he was able to rapidly expand the chain to 93 restaurants upon his death, and into Nevada. He came into Nevada in 1990. So he started in Las Vegas and came up to Reno in 1992. So they've been up here since 1992. And in 1979, the first in-dining restaurants for In-N-Out Burger were established. And within Ontario, right near Ontario Airport. Okay, now in 1984, the first In-N-Out without a drive-through opened. That one was located in Placentia. Anyone from Orange County, by the way? Okay, there is now, I think according to what I know, it's still 5 In-N-Out Burgers with no drive-through restaurants. Laguna Hills, right? Right up 405 and Old Toro Road.
Yes, that's the closest one to me.
That's the closest one to you? Yeah, I used to go to that one until my friend moved out of El Toro area, Laguna Hills area. Also, Glendale, Mill Valley, San Francisco's Fisherman's Wharf. Has anyone been to the In-N-Out of Fisherman's Wharf, San Francisco? Okay. And also, there was one more, I think. Essentially, Glendale, Mill Valley, San Francisco. Okay. The In-N-Out University opened in Baldwin Park in 1984. And the In-N-Out Foundation started as well. Right now, In-N-Out Foundation is helping folks with like Children Child Abuse Foundation. 100% of the proceeds go directly to the centers providing help to children needing help. And also, they're also expanded to helping those who are being forced into labor, forced to do things against their will. And that's part of the foundation. It's a great organization. If you ever get time, definitely help donate to the In-N-Out Foundation. 100% of those proceeds go directly to helping the children. Okay, in 1988, In-N-Out opened its 50th restaurant and celebrated its 40th anniversary. And Joe G. Bear had his first In-N-Out Double-Double at the In-N-Out Burger in Baldwin Park. Okay, so in 1990, In-N-Out opened the first restaurant outside of California, Las Vegas, 2 years later in Reno. And then they came into the Phoenix area. Beat the Homeless program began, and the 1-800 customer service line was established. Okay? In 1993, sadly, CEO Rich Snyder died in a plane crash on approach to John Wayne Airport. And I remember watching that on the news. That was a shock. Son Guy Snyder took over the reins of CEO and president. The chain continued expansion plans at that point. Okay, in 1998, for the 40th anniversary, I mean, it's big there, it's not 50th, it's 40th, the chain grew to 140 restaurants. In 1999, Guy Snyder passed away of a heart attack. At that point, the control of the company went back to Esther Snyder, his wife. Okay, because Lindsey was too young to control the company yet. She was under 20. So he was credited for the secret menu item, the Flying Dutchman. Who's had the Flying Dutchman, by the way? Yeah. Don't need that bun, right? 2 all-beef patties, 2 slices of American cheese on a wax paper front. And with no condiments. Okay. In 2000, In-N-Out expanded to the 7th state, Arizona, and, okay, so it was 2000, excuse me, Reno, Nevada. Okay, in 2006, co-founder Esther Snyder passed away. So at that point, the company was put into a trust to be directed to Lindsey Snyder upon her 35th birthday in 2014. The 200th restaurant opened in 2006. Okay, now in 2008, the first In-N-Out restaurants appeared in Utah after the Chatters incident. 2011 in Texas, and 2015 in Oregon. Now, as I say, they're building more restaurants in Oregon too, as the 200th restaurant opened. Okay, now, current CEO and President Lindsey Snyder took control of the company in 2015, and then in 2019, In-N-Out expanded into Colorado. We were watching some news out of Colorado on our local LA station, and the angry people were laughing because they saw the lines of the Aurora, Colorado In-N-Out going around for like a mile when it opened in 2019. I guess the folks in Colorado really wanted In-N-Out burger. So, as I say, they are expanding. However, as I played the video in a few minutes from KFI, they're making, Lindsey has made it sure that they're going to expand wisely. The key for them to expand into the Midwest, into the Southeast, would be to build distribution centers. They were able to build distribution centers in Texas. That's why they were able to expand into the Rocky Mountain states and Texas. The key is distribution centers where they can make the food, they make the meat, process things, have their own inside signage. All that takes a lot of effort. So, unfortunately, In-N-Out Burger will not expand to states like Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Missouri, not yet. Until they get distribution centers located, that's when they'll start expanding into those states. But right now, I think the key is they're focusing on these 7 states and to build upon that. So, if you guys have any questions before I play the KFI video? Go ahead.
Why is it in every state except in Mexico?
Junior? Go ahead. I'm sorry, I do have a little bit of hearing loss on my left ear, and of course, Junior can help.
Why is it in every state around Mexico? It's in every state around Mexico.
Is it every state around New Mexico? As in
New Mexico?
Yeah. Or is it every state around New Mexico?
It's in
You're
Texas.
talking about New Mexico expansion.
Colorado.
Yeah, there's no talk of them expanding to Mexico just yet.
It's right there, like, whoa.
I know.
Whoa, it's so bad.
I know.
It sucks.
Like the key right now is that for Texas, they're focusing on Texas because they have a big distribution center in Dallas. So if they expand, they will expand like from Houston to San Antonio, places like that. Texas is a huge state in itself. So I think that they're just kind of focusing on the Lone Star State. Good question though, because I'm going to Albuquerque in August. I've never been there. So I'm looking forward to checking out Santa Fe and Albuquerque. Good question though. Anyone else? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and play the video from TFI. And she's going to give you more updated information through the COVID-19 years, the last couple of years. Go ahead.
I'm Gary Hoffman, and this is CEOs You Should Know. And you are?
Lindsey Snyder, the CEO of In-N-Out Burger.
I'm a fan. Tell us about In-N-Out. How big are you guys now?
Well, we have over 29,000 associates.
Wow.
We have 351 stores. And pretty big family.
The restaurant starts in the late 40s, grandma and grandpa, and it's been in the family ever since.
Yes.
That history is almost unprecedented when it comes to a company as successful as this. Does that family history play into the thinking, or at least so far as what I've heard, you have no plans to sell, no plans to go public in food then?
No plans to sell or go public now.
And is it because of families and because of the history?
It's, yeah, I mean, for me, it's, this is, I feel like I'm continuing to carry the torch. This was something that they started, and, from everything I understood and heard, they had no plans of ever selling it or, going public. So I'm just trying to keep it the way they would want it and grow, but do it in a way that would make them proud.
Are there times when, as the CEO, you think to yourself, I'm not sure what I would do, or I'm not sure how to handle this situation or this big decision? Do you think back and say, what would Grandpa do? What would my father do?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's different things that come up. I think just with, advances in technology or operations in the store, how you can do this, and this might be a little bit faster, or this might, a lot of those things that come up, they get put in front of us like, hey, everyone's doing this. This is good. And you're going to save money, or this, that, and there's just times where, but it's going to take away the customer's experience.
I heard you mention that in a podcast, specifically about the issue of mobile ordering, where on my app I can order my meal, drive through, pick it up, and be gone. Why not? Why haven't you done that?
Because one of the special things about In-N-Out is the experience and the interaction, the relationship between the customer and the associate. Because, I don't like to say the word pride, but we do pride ourselves in the fact that we have service with a smile and wonderful people with great attitudes serving our product. And so that's part of the experience at In-N-Out, and we don't want to take that away, because with mobile ordering, it's just going to change. It's going to change the atmosphere.
When you were younger, 17, 18, early 20s, whatever it is, was this in the back of your mind that you were going to be the head of the company someday? Was it a goal of yours?
So, it really was when I was 17, when my dad passed away. That was when everything kind of changed, because I had a plan, I had ideas, and then that just kind of went not away, but it was definitely changed and morphed into me being involved with the business, and it felt like this family empire that if you didn't protect it and do this, then it was going to change, and it could be something that my family really wanted. So it really felt like a responsibility and a stewardship that I embraced.
Why in the world did you have to interview for your first job at In-N-Out?
Well,
don't you know people that's...
I do, but I think part of it was just because I was incognito to all the other new hires. The manager and the assistant manager knew who I was, and of course, the team that was there to help open the store, because it was a brand new store. But we kept it a secret for a while. But I wanted to be treated normally. I wanted to go through it like others would, and it wasn't my first job, it was actually my second job, so I even had a letter of recommendation.
How is it that you find the night, we talked about pride, taking pride in the fact that the associates are so well-mannered, so versed in customer service, always with a smile. How do you find those people? And how does my daughter nail the interview at store number 171?
Well, we have great people, so we have great people looking for great people. The things that we look for sure, a smile. That's one of the things we tell people, like, if you want to get the job, just smile the whole time. So, I think, the attitude to serve, because we teach a lot about servant leadership and having a heart of service, and treating our customers like guests.
As a corporation also, tell me about the In-N-Out Foundation.
That has really grown itself because it started in the 80s and now it's huge and we're able to help so many. So that's a really special part of In-N-Out. And Slave to Nothing just started in the last 5 years, and it's something that really got my heart because I knew that we've grown, and there's a saying that he who is given much is required. So if you have, then you need to give more. And so just knowing that we've grown, it's like, okay, this one foundation isn't enough. We need to do more. And so that's why it's also Slave to Nothing. So it's really 2 in 1 for both fighting human trafficking and substance abuse.
Well, thank you. Thank you for taking time. Appreciate it. It's an amazing story. We can do it for 3 hours perhaps. There is something to be said about, like you were saying earlier, looking backward, understanding what has happened before, but still moving forward. So thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. This has been CEOs You Should Know.
We've got some more updated information. You'll never hear In-N-Out Burger on Postmates, for example. Right? And you have to be there to get it. Go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry, Junior? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, thank you. What I was saying, you'll never see In-N-Out Burger deal with Postmates or StubHub or any of those organizations because they want you to come get the food, right? They want you to come get it fresh. So you guys have any questions so far? Okay. All right. Now, so I'll go ahead and I'll move on. Anyone familiar with Huell Hauser? I love this man. He was one of California's treasures. And he was a great presenter of California's Gold on public television. I remember watching Huell when he was on Channel 2 in Los Angeles on CBS. And he went on to PBS, KCET, Channel 28, and created a set of videos called Video Log in the mid-'80s. So when he went up to public television, the video logs became very popular, went on to become a host of California's Gold, and other shows that he hosted. But California's Gold was very special because he did an episode of the very first In-N-Out location in Baldwin Park and the history behind In-N-Out. That episode was number 176. It's actually on the Huell Hauser archives. The episode was first aired about 12 years ago. Now, Huell's been gone for about 9 years, but his legacy remains. At Chapman University in Orange County, the entire Huell Hauser library is available for all to see. So if you ever come to Chapman University, you can check out the Huell Hauser archives. But there's a great set of information about his In-N-Out experience, his visit to In-N-Out Burger, trying his first animal-style double-double, and it is on the archives. So I will hopefully next year maybe play a couple clips if I'm allowed to. I'm going to try to see if I can get a longer panel for that. Any questions about California's Gold Huell Hauser? Okay. So we go on to a little interaction here. I'd like to know, for example, what kind of off-menu items do you guys enjoy? I'm going to go ahead and ask some questions. For example, who likes a 3x3? Tell me. There you go. How about a 4x4? Oh yeah. How about? Yeah. You know what? I wish we had a wireless mic. I want to hear this. Who loves animal style? Oh yeah. I knew this is an animal convention, so yes. The animal style seems to be by far none the most popular. Who likes it on their burgers? Who likes it on their fries? Who does animal style with chopped chilies?
Protein style.
You can ask for chopped chilies. How about grilled onions? Now, as you know, In-N-Out Burger has an off-menu item. So, for example, We're talking about the Flying Dutchman. That was actually one of the Snyder sons who created that. How about the grilled cheese sandwich? Who's had the grilled cheese sandwich? Okay. How about the protein burger, the protein double burger? Okay. So let me just say, for example, what is your favorite item in there? What do you like?
It's the double animal style.
Okay. What are you about, okay?
Yes, double animal for me. And chocolate chip.
All right. How about you?
I just go plain cheeseburger. Or pink lemonade is also good as well.
That's right. The lemonades are fantastic. How about the shakes? I love the chocolate shakes. You know that mixes the chocolate and strawberry like I do. Yeah. You can actually mix your shakes. No extra cost. Okay. Yes. Who does, for example, the plain double, no cheese? Sometimes I go for that. Okay. And, you know, as I say, I love the 4x4. When I'm really hungry, this bear goes to the 4x4. Before enough. It's like one meal in itself. It's like a meal in itself. So that's fantastic. Now, let me ask you, outside of In-N-Out Burger, are there any suggestions, either chains or restaurants that Joe Bear should know? Culver's. And they're not really in California. I've seen them in Utah, for example.
Have you tried Habit?
The Habit, okay.
Farmer Boys?
Farmer Boys is really good. My dad loves Farmer Boys a lot. And I like the baby boy.
Arctic Circle.
Sorry?
Arctic Circle.
Arctic Circle is a Utah chain. Yes. I go there and get my fry sauce. I know that. So, that's great. Arctic Circle.
Raising Cane's is a good one.
Raising Cane's, they formulate the model. Chipotle and Raising Cane's kind of follow the model of In-N-Out Burger. And let me explain. I visited Chipotle's headquarters in Denver back in 2008. I actually interviewed Steve Ellis, who's the founder of Chipotle. He told me he actually played the In-N-Out playbook to make Chipotle a successful chain. Keep the menu simple, tacos, burritos, bowls, right? And look at what happened. And with McDonald's interest in Chipotle, they were able to expand outside Denver in 1993. They're all over the world now. So yeah. Also, for example, Raising Cane's. I can't believe how fast they have grown. They're everywhere in Southern California now. They just opened up one in Long Beach, near where my old university was. They also opened one up in Torrance. And you see a line out the door for Raising Cane's. Now, when I go to this, like I just came from FWA. I was at FWA in May, and I went to Saxby's. You heard of Saxby's? Yeah. Love their wings and things. Raising Cane's has the strips, right? But they don't have the wings. Saxby has the wings and the strips. And I love their wings. So, and they have the crinkle cut fries as well. Okay. And how about any independent burger chains in your town? Is there one or two places you guys can give me a little tip? For example, what city are you in?
I'm over here in New Mexico. We have this place called Whataburger and Bob Burgers.
Well, go ahead, Junior, give that to me. I'm going to be in New Mexico in August. What's the name of it again?
There's two places. One place is called Bob Burgers, and also Whataburger.
Okay. Also, I guess you guys have heard about Whataburger as well, right? Anyone had Whataburger? They're expanding into Illinois now. They just got bought out by, guess who? Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway just bought Whataburger. By the way, if you don't know this, Warren Buffett also owns Dairy Queen and also owns See's Candy. Yeah? So there you go. So you're going to see the Whataburger expand into other states. Go ahead.
I just want to
You can chase your panel. Panel good.
Okay, very good, thank you. Okay, so anyway, thank you very much, and I'm gonna check that out. That's in Albuquerque, you said? In Albuquerque, okay.
Say hi, please.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. 946? 42. 42, okay. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do now. We're gonna do something here. I just want to say that, thank you for coming, by the way. We have gift cards to give away. So the big thing is that I have 48 gift cards to give away. Plus, I have a Joe Bear stickers. I just got my first set of stickers ever. Now, the gift cards are $6 each. That is the equivalent of a double cheese with tax. Or 2 hamburgers. I actually did it to the math. The $6 equals, the average is 505 with tax in California. So I'm going by the California rate. So you'll probably have some change left over. But the good thing is, you guys will have to cover your fries and drink, okay? But I got 48 cards to give. I think we have 83 people here. So there's a good chance you guys will get a gift card. My friend Junior here is going to have a random calculator. There you go. So Junior, we're going to set up a random calculator with 85, okay, 85. And then we're going to go ahead and we'll do one number, and then there is a number to your paper. We're going to go ahead and make sure that once you have your card, then you're just going to rip it off, because we're going to rip it off, okay? All right, so we're going to get ready. Junior, 1 to 85. I'm going to use the microphone. Get this down the microphone. He's going to start giving numbers. All right. Get Ken up here. Ken? Ken? I got Big Claw, so it'll be hard for me to give you gift cards. I have Ken help me out.
Alright, I'm gonna call out some numbers, and if you hear your number called, go ahead and come on up. 29, 63, 76,
I'm going to give it to Ken.
54,
We're going to just have a line here. Okay?
44,
Tear this off.
13. If your number's called, come on up. 60, 84, 80, 9, 70,
Start off the number.
58, 12, 24. He's gonna give him the second number.
There we go.
You guys are saints. I love you.
Yeah, the number 4 call. Number 4.
No.
Not yet.
Alright.
Yeah, got it.
Thank you. Take a sticker.
Alright, continuing. 83, 59, 16, 11, 3,
You got it.
50,
Good job, Jelly.
53, 46, 55, 57. Number 4, come back here. 40, 20, 25, 52. Alright. 72, 79, 14, 81, 45, 17, 23, 38, 34, 26, 74, 78, 42, 36.
Congrats.
You guys ready to for some more?
And a few more.
67, 19, 28, 75, 27, 33, 61, 2, 56, 85, 69, 65, 68, 21, 73.
Congrats, Captain.
Are you guys still with us? One more. 43, 35, 82, 8, 51, 5, 22, 41, 18, 77, 64, 47, 48, 10, 30.
Oh my god, I won! I'm stuck behind the camera though. No, that's okay. You know what? I'm going to take this opportunity to walk up there with the camera. Why not?
Yeah. I was like,
We're going to traffic circle, man.
yeah, I'm actually. Oh, thank you.
That's the tradition. That's the traffic.
I need some help.
I switched over to Raising Cane's.
Everyone's going to raise the case now.
Thank you very much.
Did you call 5?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm the emotional support person.
We got 9 more. 9 more.
71, 49, 7, 37, 6, 31, 39,
Okay, I'm number
15, 66,
I feel like I'm on the block.
62, 32, 4. Did anyone's number not get called?
You're not getting called.
What number? 4.
Come on up.
I didn't call you back up. Come back here.
not been called up?
47 get called?
7, yes.
47.
47?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you ready for the next set of numbers?
Yeah, are we all good?
I think we're done.
Once more, did anyone's number not get called?
Any number that has not been called.
Okay.
Some of them left.
Good job. Okay, guys, thank you for coming for our panel. I will try to do this again next year. Hopefully, maybe extend the out another hour, probably have some more videos and more information. Once again, thank you for coming. Thank you. I love you. We have stickers.
We have some stickers up here.
Oh, yes, I did. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please come next year. I'm going to put it on.
Thank you all so much. That was such fun.
Mike, thank you very much. Great in here. By the way, Mike is one of the best for photo photographers. He's making a BLFC video, so he'll probably have this in his video. One of the best. Please come next year. We'll do it again. Thank you so much for coming. I'm here with Laura Rabbit. Thank you so much. We're gonna make a run in and out.
Yes, we have, the SUVs.
When you go in the SUV, take 10 myself and you. Hey, Bear Hug, Valentine. Nice to see you. Joe Bear, nice to meet you, brother. Alright. Okay, so.
No, we can get that right now. Yeah. I knew you were going to be there.
Yes.
How's it going?
Oh my god, it's better, Dave.
He's